Hi, I'm Aleksandra. I'm leading the investor relations for Kidle. And I'm here today with Pavel, CFO of Robocash Group, one of our new partners. Robocash Group is a leading high-tech digital lender with a presence across 9 jurisdictions. And we're going to talk a little bit about the company today, their financials, their customers, and learn about some practices of Robocash. So enjoy our conversation.
Nice to meet you, Sasha.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you offline. And let me start by saying that we are really happy to partner up with such a global, innovative, and solid lending company as Robocash Group. And thanks for making time for this conversation.
Thanks, Sasha. We're looking forward to partnership with you.
And so maybe you could tell us a little bit, few words about Robocash and what does it do? What do you guys do?
Sure. We're a fintech company operating currently in 9 markets. We just started up Sri Lanka, our new country. We do lending to mostly unbanked population, and we enjoy our own technologies for scoring, for marketing, digital marketing, I mean, and also for collection practices. So we do all cycle of lender company, and we try to do it as fast as possible, as efficient as possible. So this is where we stand apart from standard banking institutions. We have a lot of in-house data scientists and programmers who do artificial intelligence algorithms, learning algorithms, which provide us the opportunity to see how actually the behavior of clients reflect on their default rates.
I've heard that you actually employ a lot of nuclear physicists as well, not only programmers.
Yeah, I would say that traditionally in science, one of the most difficult and complicated area of physics is nuclear physics. So these guys can progress in programming as well, and our experience show that they can do very sophisticated, very interesting algorithms, for instance, programmed on Python or some other modern languages of programming. And of course, we seek to engage this kind of people to make us more tech advanced in our field. Tech side allows us to make faster decisions, and actually our robots, they do some kind of fast decisions, but still at some level when there are a lot of factors which are unknown or can be assessed with some number of probability. It's for a human being to decide what to do in this situation. That's why we are still here and we still manage the company and not artificial intelligence.
That's why it's robots. Us sitting here and talking, not some robots.
Guess so.
And what are the markets where you have lending business?
Initially, we started in Russia. It was 2013, so more than 7 years ago. Next country were Kazakhstan, then Spain, and then we moved to Asia, to Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, and India.
Who are your typical customers and what problems do you solve for them?
Like I said, typical customers mostly underbanked, so this is a subprime category of clients.
So they cannot get a loan from a bank?
In most cases, yes. They cannot get credit cards and credit products from banks. So we try to bridge the gap of their personal budgets to provide either short-term financing or more longer products for those who already proved the credit worthiness to us. In most cases, these are people under 40 and strange as it may seem, but still the females dominate in this group. because
so females
yeah,
are taking on more risk by getting loans.
I would say they are taking more purchases they need to finance. For instance, they buy electronics just when they want them to buy, and for this they need financing like short term to, for instance, to buy the mobile phone.
And do you serve SMEs at all, or no? Do you just work with retail?
Not yet, but it's in our pipeline to make a financial model for this kind of products and to try to be on this market as well.
Pavel, we talked a little bit about your typical customer profile, and what are like the prime products that you offer to your customers in different jurisdictions?
Historically, we started with short-term products. It's microloans, and now we move to different products, more longer-term, and for some of them, we will need to get the banking license as well. Mm-hmm. And for repeated clients who already suggest by their behavioral patterns the perfect creditworthiness, we introduce flexible products to more fulfill on their needs to bridge the gap in personal finances. We just started a few months ago new products in Asia. These are buy now, pay later products, salary loans, which are giving fascinating results. And we plan to expand more in long-term installment loans, in credit cards, and even processing services.
Okay, interesting. And I also know that recently your company was ranked #1 social lender, is it, in Russia? Or?
Social lender as well. It's the biggest micro-lending company in Russia. Judging by amount of loan book and monthly disbursements. There are different drivers. First of all, of course, that's the amount of business, the volume of business that we have in Russia, and we plan to develop it in social way. So we track, for instance, the credit burden or credit exposure of each client, so as to say that we can no longer, for instance, issue more loans to them because he is already in debt for some banking institutions, and we kind of try to secure him from further steps which will give him just or her additional default.
And I guess it also adds to other ethical lending practices that you have in Robocash?
Yeah, in most jurisdictions, I would say that these ESG moments are already embedded in regulators' requirements. So we track each day our compliance practices to be in line with what regulator requires. And of course, for some countries, these are at a more developed stage, at some countries just developing. So as a group of companies, we try to promote this attitude and this business behavior to Asia, and to somehow to pilot the products which works the same in more developed jurisdictions.
Yeah, so like employ the same standards across all your lending companies in different jurisdictions.
Yeah, for us it makes sense because as a group it's easily managed from the group level if we follow the same ethical practices.
So I guess like soft collection practices is one of the ways how you deal with the non-performing loans, right?
Yeah. We try to retain customers as much as possible, and this is our business approach to make not just fast and profit out of everyone. We are focused on repeat clients who can enjoy more reliable conditions, more flexible products from us. And of course, these clients actually give us profits because in our industry, it's kind of rule of thumb that they break even between third to fourth credit taken from lender.
So maybe let's talk a little bit about COVID, because I know that many investors are curious about how companies are performing during COVID. So maybe you could tell us a little bit more, how was your business affected, if it was, by the pandemic, and what did you have to change, maybe in your practices? How did you remain resilient during this time?
It was affected. The business, of course, was affected like all other businesses, a bit differently from country to country. But we managed to keep our liquidity gap good within 3 to 4 months. So as our investors, a lot of them requested their money back because they were not sure what will happen next. And we managed to serve all of them in time. So this liquidity problem did not present something specific, something unmanageable for us. Of course, we had to change our scoring a little because a lot of groups of people were affected by personal incomes, and we had to decrease our tickets of products, for instance, for them, or even say no for some groups, just not to take on too much risk for our loan portfolio. Of course, we tried to stay with the same collection practices, but we changed them in most cases because different people were affected by the COVID and were asking to
extend
or to refinance the products, right, so as to be in a more light situation according to their overdue loans. But still, this difficult period for us, it was between May to August, or to July to August, I would say, last year. And then the fourth quarter of 2020, we managed to grow at the same pace as we grew before.
And this brings me towards numbers. Maybe you could tell us a little more how your company was performing. How does it perform now in terms of financials?
Sure. In general, our business model focuses on positive unit economics of the product. So we never do some pilots on large scale without knowing that we will break even in some foreseeable future. And this actually gave us, of course, a lot of pluses within pandemics. For we had funds and we had resources to stay afloat and to earn profits even in a situation where disbursements of loans were cut for some countries. I would say that the current trends that we experience this year is even higher growing than we expected. We plan to earn $44 million this year, and judging by our current run rates, we are on track for this target.
And do you think it's mostly driven by consumer behavior shifting more online, or why do you think you're experiencing this growth?
Well, I think it's affected by different drivers. First of all, the subprime category of clients grew after pandemic. Secondly, we are one of the most advanced tech companies in this field. So new clients choose us against others just to be able to enjoy perfect service and to see that we are a solid company and we will not be misbehaving somehow in attitude to our clients. And the third, I would say, is that just the business model that we chose. It's just appealing not only to our management and to our shareholders, but also to our clients as well. We demonstrate each and every day that we comply with ESG practices. We attract new investors which are known on the markets. So we try to make it really fintech company. Of course, we grew as a micro lender in Russia, but currently we focus on fintech products, and this is not only subprime clients. It's currently our strategy is more to shift to prime clients and to banking products.
In any specific jurisdiction or global?
In Asia, yeah. And also consider doing the same in Russia. Because there is still a technological gap between what traditional bank offer and what client expects them. Of course, this tech generations which are not to be expected to visit any offline branch. They would like to do all their personal and business stuff via a smartphone.
Yeah, I don't remember really when was the last time I visited an offline branch
Me
of any bank.
Me neither.
How did you come across Kyle? How did you come across our company? Did you know any of the founders before?
Yes, we did. We had some relationships before, but it was not the major reason. I think it's just in our investor relationships pipeline, Kyle somehow was found within this pipeline, and we just contacted them to understand that we are pretty much the same, because Kyle also enjoy high-tech platform, which has a lot similar with our peer-to-peer platform, and we decided that it just fits our business goals and our even business culture to try to cooperate with Kidle. And I think this cooperation will result in fruitful investments for a number of years ahead.
But I think you knew Radek before as well, right? You mentioned that you...
At least we came across each other in some events, industry events.
Yeah, I guess it helped that we sort of speak in a way the same language, and we understand consumer finance and how it works and the loan books and loan portfolios.
Yeah. Kidle guys are experts in this product, so it really our pleasure to do this kind of independent analysis on our loan books, of our business models, to see that we are on a track, and it's not just our own opinion that we are good to go with additional investments.
Yeah, from what I heard from our credit risk team and data science team, you guys were really like super fast in providing all the documents, and the DD process was really smooth, and you had everything ready on your loan portfolios and so on. So I guess from what I heard, but maybe you have a different experience, I guess the process of onboarding was quite simple and straightforward.
Well, I wouldn't say it was simple, but we struggled to make it as soon as possible, to request on each query that we got from different departments of Kidle. Frankly speaking, we also automated some kind of processes with our own robots.
What? Are you saying that some emails that were sent by our team were responded by your robots?
Not emails exactly, but still we use bots for messages, for instance.
So our Telegram exchanges.
That's why it's so fast.
Yeah, okay, I see now. Well, look, Pavel, it was a pleasure to talk to you, and we also hope that we'll have a long-lasting partnership, and that will help you guys grow and serve a more underbanked population and achieve your goals in different jurisdictions, and that you as a group will be growing even faster, and you'll be more successful.
Thanks,
Thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
Thanks so much.